Welcome back, everyone. This is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, here with another video, and it's just going to be a update look into this Armaments that came out just this morning. And I haven't taken a look to read this yet, so we're going to go through this together, and I'm going to treat this as a first look, similar to what I do with the heroes when they pop up. So, without further ado, let's get started. First things first, there's a nice little code here. This gift code likely does work. We can throw it in the gift code option in game and it should give us something. Let me know if it's worth a damn. The world is facing a crisis, and we cannot fight empty handed. Your heroes are scouring the wasteland for any equipment and weapons they can find, determined to fight for their survival and the future of humanity. The good news is they've found them. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a new equipment option for heroes specifically. Now, it's hard to say if this will replace the current equipment system. If it does, I'm going to be very upset because I worked pretty hard for the equipment that I have, and it gives me an advantage that a lot of people don't have. So, already off the bat, I'm really hoping this is an addition, not a replacement. Introducing Hero Armaments, a powerful new feature that will help you slay the zombies. Let's check out the details below. Well, we can already say that this isn't going to be just for zombies, because this is 10% a zombie game, 90% killing each other. There are 8 hero armament slots in total: weapon, headgear, vest, backpack, pants, shoes, and 2 devices. So that's already one more than our current system. So be interesting to see if it'll add any additional variety. There are 4 armament grades: common, uncommon, elite, and legendary. That's already less than what we have now. Armaments have 2 types of attributes: basic and hone attributes. Some special armaments also come with skill effects. Ooh. If they upgrade certain skills, it might add for a little bit of variety between what armaments you decide to use. But if they're hero specific, I'm already not going to like the spending potential of that. Having gear specifically for certain heroes creates a larger gap between free to play players and spending players, because spending players can get what they want. Free to play usually have to deal with what they get. And let's be honest, the luck of this game hasn't been on the player's side in a lot of cases. Armaments of all grades have basic attributes when you obtain them. The higher the grade, the more basic attributes they have. Okay, more or higher? Like, is it going to keep stacking attributes? Okay, we'll read on. Only elite and legendary armaments have hone attributes. Okay, there's already a limiting factor there. You will randomly receive 1 default hone attribute when you obtain an elite armament, and 2 when you obtain a legendary. Okay, so it is additive. It's not going to increase the attribute, it adds another one. Armaments are obtained through the police station through drones. So we already have another thing to deploy for out of the police station. Today's free deployment drones. Looks like there's going to be, oh good lord, I zoomed in too far. It appears as if there's only going to be 1 a day, and if there's a gem up here, that usually means you can buy them as well. So they're creating a gap. Let's see if it's going to be bad. After obtaining hero armaments, you need to develop the armaments to maximize your hero's combat power on the battlefield. You can develop armaments through rank up and honing. The armament development interface can be accessed from the armament interface or equipment workshop. Can I read that? Let's just do this. Let's see if we can zoom in here and read that. We have a flight helmet, which increases squad attack power by 3.4, rally counter damage by 3.5, damage dealt to zombies by 15.6, squad travel speed by 4.7, and zombie kill experience by 12.8. By honing, you can replace certain attributes, it seems like. Advanced honing may grant max value hone attributes. So you can replace different attributes that you have for other ones. Like this person here is replacing damage dealt to zombies for rally attack. Probably a smart idea. But it also gives and lets you know that you can rank up and hone separately. So you can change these attributes or you can just level up the armament. So a little bit more variety there. We'll see how this plays out. Consume identical armaments to increase an armament's rank, so you have to keep stacking the same gear. The higher the rank, the more armaments consumed. That's pretty standard. When elite and legendary armaments are upgraded to rank 1, 3, and 5, they will gain a random honing attribute. So there's the 2, 3, and the 3, 4, and 5. I assume that's 1 star, 3 star, and 5 star, which is why this one has 5 hone attributes on top of the 2 that you got. Elite armaments can have up to 4, legendary up to 5. Okay, so that math checks out from earlier. Honing can change the type and value of an armament's honing attributes, like we saw above, and will consume honing chips, or honing components. Consuming honing chips has a higher chance of obtaining better honing attributes than honing components. Great, more spending options. The super rare honing attribute may be obtained when you hone the 5th attribute of a legendary armament. So super rare. So I assume that might be the hero specific instance they were talking about. So you have to upgrade it to, maybe you have to upgrade it to 5 stars. Okay, we have a bit more of a look here. Armaments can be dismantled in the armaments tab in your bag. So if you have ones that you're not using, you can just throw them away. I guarantee free to play players will have their 2 or 3 commanders they're going to put equipment on. If this affects both commanders in a squad, you can probably see 6 to 10 fully kitted teams or fully kitted heroes. Hopefully it's limited down to just the lead commander, but we'll see. If the armament has been ranked up, you'll receive the metal shards based on the number of armaments consumed for ranking up. If the armament has been honed, a proportion of honing chips or components will be returned to you. So a proportion means you're not going to get all of them back, but you'll at least get some of them. So investing in the weaker ones doesn't get you everything in return, but you also don't lose everything. So take that how you will. Personally, I'll be focusing on the ones that are going to benefit me the most. Let's take a look at what some of these basic attributes are. Rider Squad Block is a new stat. Block is not something that's been in the game yet. However, if I had to guess, it would be similar to Shield, only constant. Like it resets every turn and blocks a certain amount of damage. However, this is going to be a factor if I had to guess. You deal a certain amount of damage, this block comes into play to cut that damage, and whatever is left is dealt to you. And small percentages of damage reduction and squad defense for the basic attributes. And if this is legendary gear, it's not going to be game breaking right now. So that's not going to be horrible. Metal shards obtained from dismantling can be exchanged for various armament choice boxes, armament fragments, and other items in the armament shop. So this week's item, backpack. So you can get backpack fragments, you can get for infantry, rider, ranged. So it looks like it is going to affect each of the talents more so than the troop types themselves, because infantry, rider, ranged, this is the general tree, I believe. Can't really scroll down to see any more, but 510. To dismantle a legendary, you get 600, and each of these is worth 80, so it's not a bad bang for your buck, I guess, depending on how many of these fragments you need to actually complete an item. Keep that in mind. And that's all for the latest news on Hero Armaments. Log into the game for more exciting content. And we have Island Raid right now, so that's all the exciting content that we need. So, if you're just skipping to the end for my description of what's going on, hopefully this is additive and not replacement. Because if they replace the current equipment system for this and everybody has to start from scratch, it's only going to give those who have already put any investments, the low spenders who have put investment into equipment, a huge disadvantage, in my opinion. Because the spenders are going to be able to get back their equipment stats fairly quickly. I don't see them having too much of a problem with that. They will be upset because no one wants to spend more money. But free-to-play players are going to have an issue with this. But it does look like you can add a bit more variety to your equipment, and you can min-max each of your heroes respectively, which can definitely come into play for some that need a bit more defense when you're like on your infantry troops. If they don't have a high enough defense stat, you can stack some on these armaments. Or if you want just a little bit more damage out of your Lewis and Lee squads. So it's going to be interesting. I have my reservations about it, but we will see more when this comes out. And if you're watching this now on YouTube, know that you could have gotten this video 24 hours earlier over on my Patreon page. I will be dropping all new videos there from now on, unless they're streams from Twitch. And if you want to support my page and get to these videos just a little bit sooner than everybody else, head over there, support me. I am working on trying to give you all, those who support me, just a little bit more than everybody else. And with that, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.